2022 was a long year with lots of things happening in Guild Wars 2 and outside of it. We had the new expansion added to the game, Living World Season 1 was brought back after almost 10 years, and we had lots of balance patches that changed the dynamics of the classes many times. Now let's see what 2023 will bring to Guild Wars 2 in terms of content. But until then, let me show you my characters that I have been using in my videos. I will start with Elementalist. After the latest balance patches, this was buffed and is now very usable. This is why I have all gear slots occupied with specific builds. It is a bit squishy compared to other light armor classes, but I like the damage potential and that it has the support options. As this is Guild Wars 2, we cannot skip the fashion. For this character I have 3 sets of gear. The first one is a Berserker set with Zoggia's mask that is hidden, Tempest Loop, Winged Tunic, Zoggia's wrist guards, Mist Shard breeches and Zoggia's footwear. As for the weapon, I am using Aetherbound Hammer, which is a Black Lion skin that was bought off the trading post. The back item is hidden, and the second gear slot is the same in terms of fashion. The second set is a combination of Vipers, Ritualist and Celestial pieces for the Condia-like DPS version, and as you can see I tried to make it as a fire-themed sorcerer. I'm using the default Ascended mask, chest and boot skins with Hellfire shoulders and Hellfire vambraces and Decade's pants. The weapons are Caustic Nightmare dagger and the default Ascended warhorn, for which I haven't found an interesting skin that fits yet. And the final set is used for healing with mostly Harrier stats. Again, I am using the default Ascended mask and boots, Chronomancer's shoulders, Carapace chest, Runic Shaman gloves and pants. As for the weapons, I have a Living Water dagger that I may switch to Orin Legendary soon, and the North Wind warhorn. I also have a Glittering scepter when not too much healing is needed. Next up is Engineer, and for this one I also have quite a few sets of gear as it was my main for a long time after EOD launched. I still use it but not as much. Now let's move on to the important part, fashion. For the first equipment slot I have Crown of Urgoz, Fused Shoulders, Warbeast Jerkin, CJ1 Command Gloves, Ancient Canton Legs and Boots, with Mace of the Scion and Astral Shield for the first slot and 7 Reaper's Hammer for the second slot. The back item is Decade's War. The second slot is used for healing and I have only Harrier gear with Nightmare Court face guard, Fused Shoulders, Blossoming Mist Shard chest, Hellfire vambraces, Decade's pants and Luminous boots. As for the weapons, I went with Gold Fractal Mace and War God's Shield, and I have a default Ascended pistol if I need to be off heal with Scrapper. The third slot is my Conde DPS set with Marauder Mask, Ancient Canton Medium Shoulders, Ice River's chest, Blossoming Mist Shard gloves, Runic Hunter pants and boots. As for the weapons, I have 2 Harbinger pistols as it fits the theme, and the back piece is again Decade's War. And the final slot is the same Berserker gear used for the Elect version, but with a Watchwork rifle and Antique Dragon's Drape backpiece. Guardian is next, and this is also one of the characters that I play often, even though it was nerfed quite a bit. It is still good, and as you will see again by the amount of gear slots I have spent quite some time on it. Moving on to the fashion part, for the first slot I have the default Ascended visor and gloves, Decade's shoulders, Runic Slayer chest, Luminous pants and Elegy greaves. For the weapons I have a Dragon's Decade sword and Favor of the Colossus torch with a gold fractal scepter. The back piece is Decade's War. The second slot is my quickness variant and it has Ritualist and Viper's gear. For the skins I am using default Ascended visor again, Mist Shard shoulders, Ice River's chest, Runic Slayer gauntlets, Mistward pants and Elegy greaves. As for the weapons, I am using Frostfang instead of the sword, but everything else is the same with Ad Infinitum backpiece. The third slot is the same as the first slot, but with more concentration and a different backpiece, so I know if I'm on the correct build or not. The backpiece is Shatter Spark cape. And the final slot is used for healing with only Harrier stats. I used Elegy Helm, Mist Shard shoulders, Ancient Canton chest, Luminous gauntlets, Carapace pants and Elegy boots. As for the weapons, I'm using Frostfang again with Abyss Stalker Shield and Leyline Staff in the second weapon slot. The back piece is Shrine Guardian. Next up is Mesmer, which is again one of my favorites, especially that now it has a lot easier to provide alacrity with Mirage and quickness with Chrono while doing decent DPS. For the first slot I am using Vipers and Ritualist gear for the alacrity build. As for the fashion, I went with default Ascended mask and boots, Chronomancer's shoulders, Warlord chest, Hellfire gloves, Blossoming Mist shard pants and 2 Abyssal fractal staffs. The back piece is Shrine Guardian. For the second slot I am using Berserker and Diviner's gear with Glint's Gaze mask, Tempest loop, Carapace shoulders, Winged gloves, Runic Shaman pants and the default Ascended boots. For the weapons I am using Astral Avenger Greysword and the Cutting Edge with Alchemist shield for the second slot. The back piece is Spellforged. And the third slot is also using Viper's gear but with different runes for Virtuoso. The fashion items are the default Ascended mask, gloves and boots, Chronomancer's shoulders, Spear Marshal chest and Vigil's Honor pants. As for the weapons, I'm using Stormcaller's dagger with Living Water sword and a Dominator focus in the second slot. The back piece is Shatterspark cape. Let's move on to Necromancer, which has been steady throughout the year in regards to balance patches, but it didn't fit with my playstyle, so I only have one set of gear on him, with the rest being moved to Mesmer or Elementalist. The set that I have on him is for Heal Scourge, and the pieces are Glint's Gaze mask, Light Dragon Scale shoulders, Luminous Light chest and gloves, Masquerade pants and the default Ascended boots. The weapons are a Deathwish staff and an Astral dagger with a Leyline scepter that was moved to Thief. Next up is another character that had its gear moved to Thief, but only because I wanted to test it out. Ranger is in a very good place and I enjoy playing it. At the moment I have only one set remaining that is used for healing. I'm using Luminous Medium Hood, Druid's shoulders, Blossoming Mist shard chest, Runic Hunter gloves, default Ascended pants and bladed boots. The weapons are Frostfang with Leyline Warhorn and Spire of the Broken Voice staff that lights up nicely and matches with the Shrine Guardian backpiece. Now it's my Revenant's turn, a character that I played quite a bit since I created it last year. I have 3 sets of gear on this character at the moment, but I used to have 4. But since healing in fractals with Revenant is quite hard, I moved the gear to my Firebrand. But let's start with the first slot, which is used for Condi DPS, and the fashion pieces are default Ascended armor visor, Ebon pauldrons, Blossoming Mist shard chest, Mistward gloves, Mistward pants and Elegy greaves. For the weapons I am using Dominator mace with Frostfang and Guerrilla arc short bow for the second slot. The back piece is Shrine Guardian. The second set is used for Condialac DPS, but not as much as before because of the high amount of concentration needed, which brings the DPS down compared to other options. Anyway, moving on to the fashion part, I'm using the default Ascended visor, Luminous Heavy shoulders, Ice River chest, Runic Slayer gauntlets, and Ancient Canton pants with Elegy boots. As for the weapons, I'm using the Volcanic Stormcaller mace with Frostfang and an Astral shorebow for the second slot. For the back piece, I'm using Decade's War. And the final slot is used for quickness DPS, and it is quite decent in terms of DPS and quickness uptime. The gear pieces are default Ascended visor again, with Luminous Heavy shoulders, Carapace chest, Runic Slayer gauntlets, Mistward pants and Elegy boots with 2 Astral swords and a White Tiger staff. The back piece is Flame Legion backpack. Getting to characters less used, here is my Thief. Like I said earlier, the gear on this character used to be on the Ranger, and it may not match with the character, but here it goes. I'm using Glint's Gaze mask, Ebon shoulders, Carapace chest, Runic Hunter gloves, default Ascended pants and boots with Living Water daggers and the Shrine Guardian backpiece. For the second slot, I have the Berserker gear used for the Power Deadeye with Ancient Canton medium helm, Olmacan shoulders, Decade's chest, Ancient Kantan medium gloves, Default Ascended pants and Warlord boots, and 2 Living Water daggers again, and the Decade's War cape. And the last character is Warrior, which again I have not used that much this year until it was brought in line with other DPS classes. I have 2 sets of gear on this character, which is actually the same, but one of them has more concentration for the quickness build. For the first set I am using the default Ascended visor, gloves and boots, Mist Shard shoulders, Carapace chest and Luminous heavy pants. The weapons are Frostfang and a default Ascended pistol with the back piece Shatterspark cape. The second set has the same armor with different back piece and weapons. The weapons are an Astral Greatsword in slot 1, which I don't like how it clips through the cape, with a Luminous dagger and axe in slot 2 and Decade's War cape for the back. And this is pretty much it. I enjoy playing all of them and sometimes it takes me like 2-3 minutes to decide on which one to log in. This is also why I cannot decide which weapon should be my next legendary. I hope you enjoyed the video and Happy New Year! If you want to see more content like this, please let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed the video, please click the like and subscribe buttons.